Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be ranking all 32 NFL teams from worst team in the league to best team in the league. I already did a video predicting the divisions and all of that stuff, but there's going to kind of be like a power rankings video. And so we're going to start with team 32, work our way up to team number 1. So yeah, let's get started. In my opinion, the worst team in the NFL is the Atlanta Falcons. And I debated the Falcons and the Bears here for the last spot, but I gave it to the Falcons because Marcus Mariota is not good. And I just think Justin Fields is a little bit better. So, we got 32 Falcons, 31 Bears. Then going up to number 30, it will be the Houston Texans. Texans better than Bears and Falcons, but still not very good. Then we have the Giants, who had one of the best drafts this year, but still not a very good team. But they have a pretty bright future. Then we got the Seattle Seahawks at number 28. Seahawks not going to have a great season, but not going to be they're not going to be the worst team in the league. Then we are moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars not going to have a great year, but they're going to be better than the last 2 years. Definitely not going to be worst team in the league. And they have a pretty bright future themselves. Now we've got the Washington Commanders coming in just ahead of the Jaguars. Commanders also don't have a great roster. I also don't think they have the brightest future either. But, I mean, Commander fans, it could be a rough couple of years for you guys. Now we got the Jets. They're going to have a huge boost up this season. They had such a great draft. Their team is so young. They have such a bright future. And I'm excited to watch the Jets over the next, 5 years. I think that they can become a pretty darn good team. But that wraps up teams 25 through 32. So now moving on to team 24 is going to be the Carolina Panthers. Panthers got Baker Mayfield, obviously made them a lot better, but they're still not going to be a great team, so I have them at 24. Now, just ahead of them is going to be the Detroit Lions. They're going to have a much better season than they did this past year, and they have a young team, a team just like the Jets, who has a pretty bright future, who I'm excited to watch over the next 5-ish years. Then we got the Saints, just above the Lions. I mean, if Michael Thomas can stay healthy, they could be a much better team than they are. But just they are never healthy. Since Drew Brees has left, the team just hasn't been the same. Now moving on to the Patriots, just ahead of the Saints. Patriots, I think they're not nearly going to have as good a season as they did last year. The Dolphins got a lot better, and they just, I don't know what to think of the Patriots at the moment. But just ahead of the Patriots is going to be the Steelers. Kenny Pickett has to prove himself. Steelers made the playoffs last year. They just extended Deontay Johnson. Their roster is pretty good. We just have to see how Kenny Pickett performs. Now coming up next, we have the Minnesota Vikings. I think they're going to finish second in the NFC North, but it's about it. They could make a wild card spot, but they're not going to be a great team this year, but they're not going to be a bad team this year. Pretty much them and this next team, the Cardinals. Cardinals, Vikings are going to be very middle-of-the-pack, decent teams that will be fighting for a playoff spot. And then just ahead of them is going to be the Tennessee Titans. Titans, they traded A.J. Brown. Now all they have is Derrick Henry. That is absolutely it. And maybe Derrick Henry can carry them to the playoffs, but I honestly don't know if it's going to happen. My feelings have really changed over the last couple months about the Titans, for sure. But we'll have to see if Derrick Henry will be enough for them. Coming in at number 16 is going to be the Miami Dolphins. Acquiring Tyreek Hill, having their 1-2 being Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle is going to be so good. We just have to see if Tua can get them the ball. And if he can do that, the Dolphins can be a very scary team, also acquiring Raheem Mostert. They are definitely they're the fastest team in the NFL. No doubt about that. They have so much speed on that team. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, very fast team. Now we got the Dallas Cowboys coming in at number 15. Cowboys not winning their division this year. I can tell you that. It's going to be a different team, which we will get to in a little bit. But at number 14 is going to be the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson will be suspended 6 games, and those 6 games will be rough. But once Deshaun's back, they should be a pretty good team. Now we have the Colts at number 13. They are going to be carried by Jonathan Taylor. Matt Ryan won't be great, so I don't imagine their passing offense will be all too good, but their offensive line is so good. Jonathan Taylor is so good. That team will be pretty good, and they will win their division. Now is the NFC East division. Winners, the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to beat out the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Commanders and win the East. Adding A.J. Brown is going to be huge for Jalen Hurts. Now moving on to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders will be in last in the AFC West, but still coming in at number 11 on the power rankings. That is how good that division is. Now we got the Broncos finishing. They are number 10 team. They will finish 3rd in their division. And the adding of Russell Wilson is going to make that team so much better than last year. But now moving on to number 9, the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers probably going to get 2nd in the division behind, of course, the Rams. But they're going to have a pretty solid season. It's going to come down to how good will Trey Lance perform. Now, number 8, we have the Baltimore Ravens. They're not going to win their division, but they're going to make a wild card spot probably. Now, we will have at number 7, the Cincinnati Bengals, who will win the AFC North. The Bengals just came off of a Super Bowl berth. They didn't quite win it, but they got there, and their team's super young, and the Bengals are going to be scary for years to come. Coming in at number 6, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers better not disappoint this season. They have no excuses. Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert, their defense, adding Khalil Mack, they have to be good. If they don't make the playoffs this year, the Chargers are actually cursed. They have such a good roster. Now moving on to the Packers. Losing Davante Adams is going to hurt them, but you still have Aaron Rodgers, so you're still a top 5 team. That's basically what it comes down to. So now we have our final 4 teams here. Looks awfully familiar from the last couple of years, these top 5. But at number 4 is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Still have Tom Brady. Still have Mike Evans. Still have an amazing defense. Leonard Fournette, kind of questionable. And just the running game in general, but you don't really need that when you got Tom Brady and an amazing defense, so they're going to be coming in at number 4. Then, the Kansas City Chiefs. Tyreek Hill is gone, but does that matter at the end of the day? No, they still have Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. They're still going to be a top 3 team in the NFL. But at number 2, we have the defending Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams. These top 2 teams, the Bills and the Rams, have 2 of the craziest rosters I've ever seen. I mean, the Rams are so unbelievable. Their roster is so stacked. And for them to be coming in 2nd is just unbelievable. But yeah, the Bills are just so good. They have to be number 1. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. They got James Cook in the draft, who could be a really good running back for them in the passing game. And Josh Allen he's just so good. He can do it all, and he is going to lead the Bills team to a possible Super Bowl championship. But yeah, that is my power rankings 1 through 32. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But yeah, that's all I've got. Make sure you like, subscribe. Peace out.